which will be interesting, but really need to focus and be clear that it's about building a network. So think about it, like, I mean, learning is, you can, that's what the YouTube is for, and books. But it's who will you meet and will you develop a network which you can then work off. And in my school, I didn't, right? Everybody went off and they're like mid-level at big corporations, and I'm like, so. And in terms of our work here, so the way I'm thinking about it, we need a leader. If somebody puts their hand up and they say, I will lead this project, we can define a month long or 2 months long or some kind of a project to set up this web page, do interviews, da da da. And if we put out an invitation, we can easily get a dozen other people who would be happy to contribute. I mean, like, I'm just talking like, seems like every other conversation I have now, everybody's a weaver. So.
Well, I'm happy to do the website leading part, so that I already interviewed you guys. I mean, Simon, I'm gonna speak with you as well, and I will speak with each of you again to make sure that we have lists of our skills and our networks set. Figure out how to present this data. We'll do some research on how to basically present it in a language that potential organizations that would actually pay us for the work will understand and appreciate. And then we can take it from there, because I think in this game, I don't think it's good to have like one person that would be like going on as a leader, and maybe someone else will want to take over for the next step in our guild's projects. What do you think?
Yeah, that's why I say for this project.
Yeah.
I'm not saying somebody should put their hand up and say, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. But, this idea of source, and if somebody can put up their hand and say, this project for this long, I will steward it and I'll take responsibility for it. It's just kind of, it's not even a getting things done thing as much as it is in an.
Victor, you paused. Is it for everyone else as well?
Oh.
You paused on that important part when you said it's not
Yeah.
about getting things done, it's about.
So 1 2 1 2.
Yep.
Am I back? Yeah. So it's an energetic thing, and I think all of us be happy to support. But if somebody could focalize, we will give you a gold star on the website, or we will all sing your praises. Whatever will give you motivation. But yeah, somebody just to like. And it shouldn't be a very long thing. Like, it should be no longer than 3-4 meetings, I think.
In the time frame, how are you seeing it? Like by March 27th, we would have a website up. Is it realistic?
So we need one session to define the offering, just like maybe a bit longer, proper co-working, which will need, I guess, maybe just trying to think out loud, right? Like, we had just this experience, Natalia, of doing the ambassador program for Eternal Forest, right? And it took us one session to define audience needs, and then maybe another session to define the offering. In the meantime, can just, everybody can come up with their profile and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think my main question is, do we want to invite other people to come be part of this or not? And I think a few more would be good. Lauren is on sabbatical. I'm stupidly overwhelmed. Bart is in between.
Same. I've got full as well.
Alejandra should be focusing on launching the gathering in Mexico. I think we could use a few more people's energy, no?
Yeah, extend the invitation and bring them based on shown motivation. Like, because, for example, in the group, I think we have been inviting people, and everyone is like, yeah, add me to the group, and then they don't participate at all.
Yeah, well, we have David. He's quite engaged.
Yeah.
Glow, we can definitely involve. I know she's very much on the same page. So I think she's eager to participate. August, I'm not sure. He had just arrived in South America. I was a little bit overwhelmed, so I don't know. We can check on his capacity. But yeah, I'm also curious, like, what do we already have in this group? Like, do we really need to invite much more from the outside? And if so, can we also be specific in what we need to make this more complete?
Maybe we could start with, let's say, the first active people, like 7 of us, let's say, with David included. And once we have that like core website up, we can send it to other weavers if they'd like to join in. I think for the session, for a co-working session where we would define the offerings and the audience's needs, it would be cool to give another chance to people in our group to make sure that they hear the actual like call. So maybe we can include them. Yeah, maybe we can take 1 week as we're defining our offering, and I can share that transparently as I'm collecting this data. Just generally, we can see what other people could be a good fit to complement what we have to offer, so that we don't have too many overlaps. Yeah, too many people is a lot of energy to, let's say, coordinate. So I really like that number 7, maybe 8, and we can like dance from there, I guess. Because I mean, Lauren, tell your experience about the weaving lab and what's the difference that you see from the weaving lab and the weaving guild, so that I also have a clear understanding.
Yeah, I mean, weaving lab is more of a community of practice. I mean, that's really what it is, kind of pure and simple. You know, we have a WhatsApp, we have a Mighty Networks, and then they have like guest weavers hosting sessions, usually like once a month around a particular concept, idea, theme. And then people are always sharing different resources. People are being added to the group, sharing events and things like that. But there isn't necessarily like consultancy for the weavers or a marketplace for the weavers or anything like that. But I can imagine that there would be people in that group that would be interested to jump on, who are members of that, you know, who are like, you know, very skilled in their weaving, like Adrian Rubke and Nick Graham, amongst several others, especially those that are kind of also in the regen space. And I mean, that would be something for us to be clear on too. Are we talking regen weaving, or are we moving beyond regen and just leaving it open? Because there's a lot of people in that space that are like social weavers, like they do work more in like education. A lot of people involved in education and weaving in that system, social justice and things like that nature. So yeah, this is definitely a different angle, not necessarily doing a community of practice here. Even though we can share best practices for weaving for ourselves, I think we're coming together to kind of combine our efforts to really be able to create offers and services to the community as a collective.
I want to drop at the hour, by the way, so yeah, because I'm going to the GRC Schumacher College. I want to go to the GRC Schumacher College gig. But yeah, I mean, I think I'd just like to finish myself by saying, I mean, I'm at a stage where I really want to kind of give things away and, you know, and pass things on and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, there's lots to do here. And I think for me, it's more meta weaving It's more like, you know, I wouldn't just stick with weaving a particular kind of domain. I would say weaving in the large. I mean, like, what are the overall patterns of weaving which can be applied anywhere? That would be really exciting.
Cool. Thank you, Simon. Okay, we have 1 more minute. Anyone else have anything to say and share before we close this?
Yeah, I think it was the roadmap. Maybe Victor didn't finish the idea, or I didn't get it. To get in 1 month the website up. So you were saying that the first session would be to define the offering, and then I didn't get what was following that.
We got to define the offering, the audience's needs, basically look at the market research in a way of our potential clients, and to figure out how the offering can be adopted to this particular audience. To put up a portfolio, right, that the website would be basically, and then to start maybe reaching out to these audiences to see how they react to what we have to offer, so that we can potentially adopt it or invite more people to close some gaps in our skills shared. How does it sound?
All right. Okay. Good. Yeah, I got it. It's in the document.
Bye, Simon.
See you, Simon. Thanks for showing up. Victor, anything else we're gonna go through today?
Once we have a leader identified, everything else will be easy. Support coming up with the plan and stuff. But I can't energize it.
Decentralized.
Decentralized doesn't work. I mean, it's like it's a team, right? You know, this is whole spastic idea of decentralized, autonomous thing. Clearly, there's not a single DAO that works, right? And not for this kinds of thing. It's a team, and teams all work around leadership and vision. And you can see the whole crypto space. It's all about, you know, Vitalik farts and everybody, you know, goes and smells it. So it's super, it's always about leadership. And actually, if you have a non-hierarchical organization, leadership is much more important. This is the key idea that so many people don't get. If you don't have power over, you must have really great inspirational leadership. Because you can't tell people what to do. You have to get them excited to do stuff, which is the next level up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's make some money.
Make money, and then we can hire a project manager to do all of this stuff for us.
Sounds good, or automate it with AI. Yeah. Okay, I'll take on the data collection aspect of things, and do audience research, so that for the next meeting, potentially I have something to present from each of us in a way that is one offering, like one fabric. And we can also go through the audience needs and look at, from our perspectives, what we can offer tailored to their needs and to their profiles. Is that okay? Okay, let's meet in 2 weeks. I'll put up a date in 2 weeks, okay? So we don't feel like we need to rush for 1 week. Right?
Sure.
Okay.
Perfect.
All
Thank you,
right.
Natalia.
Lauren, I'm gonna send you some networks in New York. I
Yeah,
collected
please.
some.
Thank you.
Yeah, have fun there. Great people, always. Yeah. And Bart, I hope to see you in person. I'm celebrating